metro pillar collapse, no lessons learned. This dangerously leaning street light in Bengaluru has been posing a threat to road users on a busy stretch in North Bengaluru, but nothing has been done for months now. Take a look at this dangerously leaning street light, but unfortunately, we found out that absolutely no corrective measures have been taken just yet. When the metro pillar collapse occurred, there was a political slugfest that took place in the state, with the Congress alleging that this is the work of the PCM BJP. Remember, BJP has been battling allegations of being a corrupt government, especially when it comes to municipal activities. Take a look, this is the street light, and when we tell you it's dangerously leaning, that's a 45-degree tilt. And this seems to be a busy road in North Bengaluru. It really does look like the collapse of the street light is imminent, posing not just a danger to road users, but also to pedestrians. Going across to my colleague, Akshara. Akshara, taking a look at the visual of that street light, it looks absolutely dangerous. It's not a slight tilt. It looks like it could come down any time. Has this been taken cognizance of by any officials, or perhaps have any activists picked it up? Let's try to re-establish that connection with my colleague. But as I was telling you, that metro pillar collapse brought about a political slugfest in Bengaluru. And there were so many questions that were asked, especially when a lot of experts said that the metro pillar collapse could have been avoided had the municipal corporation been more conscientious. And the fact is that the public always has grievances about this sort of construction in the metro, and that it is not sustainable. Going across to my colleague Akshara, who's brought us the visual of this street light. Akshara, has cognizance of this been taken by the officials, or have any activists picked it up? Because this just looks like a tragedy waiting to happen at this point.
Well, for sure, the BBMP didn't take it up. From the locals, we got to know that this street hole has been leaning here from the past 7-8 months, and a vehicle rammed this street light, and this has been leaning from the past 7-8 months, and no BBMP officials came forward in order to fix this issue. This is what we are learning from the locals here. And this particular road is actually a busy stretch of road, and it's said to be an alternate route for the airport. And this leaning street pole is just another disaster waiting to occur. And also the BBMP is at fault for not fixing this issue, and the BESCOM, which provides electricity, is also at fault for supplying electricity through this main line. And right now we also have BESCOM officials are here who visited this spot, and they are telling that they got to know the information from the BBMP, and they got an intimation from the BBMP just today. From the past 7-8 months, they haven't received any information or any call from the BBMP in order to cut the electricity or partially stop the electricity. So both the BBMP and BESCOM are at fault for this reason.
Akshara, a lot of experts have said that the mad rush to complete the infrastructural development in Bangalore has led to a lack of safety audits, and that these incidents need to be taken up at an incident level, of course, but also at a policy level. After that metro pillar collapse, what are the corrective steps been taken by the government so far?
Well, before going to that, we have to address one main issue. Bengaluru here doesn't have an elected council for this. BBMP doesn't have an elected council. It's been the election process has been entangled with legal entanglements, and the citizens here do not have a elected representative BBMP council in order to put forward these issues. And there have been multiple incidents of civic apathy related to pothole deaths. As you can see, it's one of the major issue, and also bad stretch of roads almost on all major roads of Bengaluru. And citizens activists have been every time and then putting forward this issue, bringing it to the notice, but it hasn't been a fruitful result from the BBMP, and the civic apathy still tends to continue. And the Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai as well, who heads the development portfolio, hasn't been sound enough in order to address this issue. So many such issues summed up, clearly give us an idea of the infrastructural. The facilities, the infrastructural failure that has been taking place in Bengaluru, and we also witnessed many incidents, but not just in Bengaluru, in many parts of Karnataka as well.
Stay with us, Akshay. Now we're joined by Shankara Guha of the Congress. Very good morning to you, sir. Sir, the visuals of that street light on our screens there, days after that metro pillar collapse and that tragedy, safety audits yet to be made, yet to be conducted. And many say this is because there's a lack of an elected council, that the BBMP elected council is yet to be established, and which is what is leading to these very many egregious events and just tragedies waiting to happen.
Absolutely. Good morning to you and viewers. Before I comment on this issue, I think I must appreciate the efforts of your team and congratulate them to try and bring such issues in front of the government before anything major could happen and before it would claim a life. To that extent, what you've done is really excellent. As far as the government is concerned, they're gone into a deep slumber, with civic apathies, and this is not the first thing. About 25 people, more than 25 people have lost their lives. This particular road is an alternate road to the airport. It's an important arterial road. Don't tell me that they have not noticed it. It's just sheer ignorance. And to add to this, the power corridors of Vidhan Saudha are deserted. No ministers are there. No officials are there. They've all gone into an election mode. People are busy celebrating Utsavas in their home constituencies. Nothing wrong. They can do it. But who is going to attend to the people? Who is going to attend to the state? And the Bangalore in charge minister is the chief minister himself. There are no corporators. The officers are too high-headed. Everybody says that we have paid money, we cannot. Then they don't bother paying anything from the politicians. So who is going to answer to the people? This is the biggest question. The government has failed in every aspect to protect the interest of the citizen, of the common man. Very soon, BJP will realize what they have done is...
Okay, so stay with us. We'll be also joined by Mr. Tanveer Ahmed of the JDS. Very good morning to you, sir. I hope you heard what Mr. Shankara Guha of the Congress had to say. The visuals of that street light on our screens there, that tilt is at about 45-degree angle. Nothing has been done yet to correct it. We hear that right now there are some electrical officials on that spot to take cognizance of this and perhaps cut that electrical supply before they do those repairs, much pending repairs. But what do you have to say about the state of absolute urban apathy, civic apathy in Bengaluru currently?
Sure. As Mr. Guha said, firstly, congratulations to your channel and especially to the reporter who have really brought this issue.
That's our correspondent Akshara, who has highlighted that issue there. It seems to be a busy arterial road in North Bengaluru, and sir, all credit goes to him for bringing it to the fore. Go ahead.
Akshara, thank you very much. Good job. But however, I'll tell you, it is not one pole. If at all your channel really goes around Bangalore, they would find not less than 50 who are tilted, broken, would be broken, and stuff like that. But here is not about blaming JDS, Congress, or BJP. Here is that the MLA of that place, I don't know who's the MLA of that place. Either it has to be an MLA from JDS or from Congress, because that area, either of these two MLAs would come if you are talking about the arteries. I think it is the responsibility of all the political parties, because it is very easy to blame one political party and just wash our hands. Even an accident like that is, if at all it kills somebody, it is sad to my city, Bangalore, which is going to be the IT capital of the world. But however, as the gentleman before me was speaking, that the chief minister right now should definitely should woke up from his slumber dream and then need to really work on the civic apathy of Bangalore. It is the total responsibility of BESCOM and especially Tushar Girinath, who's the BBMP chief. I think, Tushar, if you're watching this program, you need to really send memorandum to all your BBMP officers to see if this kind of pillars, poles which are standing and which are going to fall and cause human damage, this should be taken into consideration.
Well, yes, absolutely. The BBMP under fire for many days, and all the responsibility does rest on them. But especially in the case of Bengaluru, we've seen a lot of activists take up these issues, be it potholes or be it other infrastructural issues. We see many of them come to the fore. Why can't the opposition parties also come together and do something in this pole-bound state?
Absolutely, I totally agree. It is not about blaming JDS, Congress, and especially the ruling party BJP. I think it is a collective responsibility of every citizen of Bangalore. For electoral purpose, we can't really just go on to say that in BJP government something got tilted, somebody died. No, this should definitely not be a reason for making a political benefit out of it, because we cannot really do politics on people's apathy, people's danger, or after losing their lives. I think my responsible party, which is a regional party, we believe Karnataka and Kannadiga pride, we would definitely like to take this issue, and immediately we will issue circular to all the karyakartas of our party to look into issues like this. If at all there are any, talk to the local authority and get it rectified, rather than playing political game like other parties.
Okay, stay with us. I'll take that across to Mr. Shankar Guha, who's still with us. Sir, as soon as this incident took place, your party spoke again about PCM, about the kind of corruption that exists. Tanveer Ahmed of the JDS there saying, why are you using this incident to take political pot shots, that lives have been lost and that it's a collective effort? What do you feel? Your party has said it's directly the responsibility of the BJP and they are to blame.
No, collective responsibility, I agree with him to an extent. But, what is happening here is, whether it is the government or the party's decision, I don't know. But every time the BJP is in power, the funds allotted to non-BJP MLAs, you please see the stark distinction is that if a BJP MLA gets 150 crores for his constituency, Congress MLA, JDS MLA will get 10% of that. Why is this? And, the ruling party has totally failed to take the opposition parties into consideration. They never call us for anything. It's all unilateral decision. See, only when two hands join, you can clap. We are ready to lend a hand. They are not. They are too high-headed. Too much of power has got into them. And there is so much corruption. See, everything is corruption here, from postings to procurement, everything. So they're too high-headed. You cannot, too much of power has gone into them. People of the state will teach them a lesson soon. That they will realize.
Okay. Stay with us. I also want to welcome Mr. Brijesh Kalapa of the Aam Aadmi Party on this broadcast. So we have the Congress there, JDS there, Mr. Shankar Guha, Tanveer Ahmed. Both of them agree that it is a collective responsibility in the state and that actually opposition parties should also be picking up these infrastructural issues which really plague the city of Bengaluru, which is poised to become a silicon capital, become a contender in the global space, but these infrastructural issues are holding the city and also the state of Karnataka back. How do you view this, sir? Do you see this as the blame to be placed on the ruling party BJP, or do you also agree that it is the opposition parties and other parties that can come together and prove their worth in a state which is soon going to go for elections?
The opposition party would be willing to join hands with the government, but it has to be the government which has to extend its arm. It can't be that the opposition party is just going to clutch at straws. One. Two is that as far as the government is concerned, they have become almost, they just don't care. So today, if somebody has died, the other day, the mother and son died, but it doesn't make the slightest difference to them. Absolutely no difference. Just like it didn't make any difference to them when father and daughter were killed by a blast, in the electrical apparatus, right? And over 35 people have been killed owing to deaths by potholes. Has this been the government? No, in fact, all 55 people who have died, cases have been lodged and registered. To say that they have actually driven in a very dangerous manner, right? So this government has lost all kind of sensitivity. They have absolutely zero sensitivity for anything, and they are just furthering their own agenda, and that is mainly corruption. Yesterday also the contractors have come forward and said that 90 lakh had been paid to an MLA, and this is not just one MLA. They say that this relates to all parties, and the kind of this kind of money spending during elections is what leads to ultimately corruption in the system. But nobody seems to be addressing that. And the point is that nearly all parties are in this. And I think Karnataka has to have some kind of a major surgery for anything to go all right. And I think only the Aam Aadmi Party can actually provide that major surgery.
Okay, an overhaul is what is needed, and I think Congress, JDS and the Aam Aadmi Party are all agreed on that. I'd like to thank Mr. Shankar Guha, Mr. Tanveer Ahmed and Mr. Brijesh Kalapa for joining me and giving your views on this broadcast this morning. Going back to my colleague Akshara, who highlighted that incident of civic apathy, of that dangerously leaning streetlight of North Bengaluru. Akshara, all the parties there, the opposition parties, agreed on one matter, that there needs to be an absolute overhaul. A, that the BJP at the centre is corrupt in Karnataka, and B, it almost looks like they've given up. We know Basvaraj Bommai has been battling anti-incumbency, and it looks like a steep uphill task for him in this upcoming election.
Well, you see, not just in Bengaluru, in all over Karnataka, the civic apathy has been one of the major concerns. We have highlighted these issues time and then. When it comes to asphalting of roads, the substandard work comes to the fore. Not even days after asphalting the roads, the tar chips out. So the Congress and the opposition parties have highlighted, even the citizens have highlighted this civic apathy, and also the alleged 40% commission charges, and these cases, these rising issues, just confirm that these allegations are true. That's what the opposition is saying. And potholes, coming to potholes, there have been multiple deaths related to potholes. The main issue is still yet to be resolved. Basvaraj Bommai is, he comes forward and says that, necessary action will be taken. Even BBMP chief Tushar Girinath, who comes forward and says that, necessary action will be taken in order to ensure the safety will be ensured. But we haven't seen any, clinical measures taken by the BBMP or the government, and so these woes tend to continue here in Bengaluru, especially in Bengaluru, the metropolitan city, and also in all over Karnataka.
Thank you very much, Akshara, for joining us and highlighting that issue of civic apathy. Now